Hey guys! So we survived MJ's birthday yesterday. The candy melts that we were going to do to make spider webs did not survive. They got too hot. They melted the container. They burned my thumb a little bit. It was a no-go. However, the fondant rolled out so nicely. We were able to completely cover MJ's cake with it, trim it off, smooth it out, threw a bunch of toys on top of it that he wanted to decorate his cake with, and it was awesome. So go check that out on my Instagram at hboobulira. Okay, so oh no, before I jump into the news, I want to tell you guys something so funny that happened yesterday. So, I'm watching an interview with Oprah. I'm a big YouTube watcher. I'll just sit there and browse for shit. And I love Oprah and I love interviews. So I see this interview. I didn't even really pay attention who she was interviewing. I was just like, oh, Oprah 92? Yes. So 1992, and the question that it started on was about her as a mother. And now the woman's so sweet looking. Again, this is in 1992, so she just looks like every mom that I grew up with. You know what I mean? Just like all the moms of your friends and stuff. So she was just like sweet, normal, blonde, little larger, drape curtain looking outfits like they were then. So anyway, she was talking though about parenting and how she had 4 small children. They were close in age, and she was like super mom, like soccer team coach, took them to all their games, practices, did, camping trips. She just did the damn thing, a yearly summer vacation. And she said that her husband was building a career and that his job was to go out and slay dragons and that her job was to take care of everything. And they both happily took on these roles. And she just really drilled it in how important it is when you're young to work and to build up. So I'm like, dang, this lady knows. Like, she gets it. I need to read. I was like, she's got to be on there for a book, right? She's got to be interviewed for some type of parenting or like mom book or shit. And I was like, this was written in 92, but I need it. So I exit out of the interview. I immediately go to Google and I'm like, Betty Broderick, parenting book, 1992. Y'all, this lady was being interviewed about parenting before she went to prison for murdering her ex-husband and his new wife. Definitely don't think I'll be looking for that parenting book anymore. I mean, dang, you can tell that I'm like tired. I'm been momming hard because I will literally read a book anybody wrote. I don't give a shit about your credentials. If Oprah interviewed you, I'll read your book. Okay, let's just jump into some of the news. I got some stuff on Trump and Biden today, and what's going on with that. And then I have a couple updates about the blast in Lebanon's capital. So Trump signed an executive order that is going to require the U.S. government to get all, essential medicine from American soil. The point of this is to lower the cost of medicine and to, I believe, let America compete on a national level for pharmaceutical distribution. And it's funny because he said that he knows people who go to Canada because their drugs are so much cheaper. But I think that's kind of one of those things where he knows because he goes to Canada to get drugs that are cheaper. You know what I'm saying? Like when you tell something because you've read it or someone told you, but really like you did it or you Googled the shit yourself. So anyway, he also, he also made a really cute little joke, or I'm not even going to say it. Let's just move on. Okay, so let's update on TikTok and what he's doing on there. So TikTok has until September 15th to get ownership of a secure, preferably American company. He's really rooting for Microsoft to buy them out, but he said it cannot be reasonably controlled and safe as long as as long as China has complete ownership of it, and he doesn't want to do any kind of like percentage ownership, like Microsoft has 30, China has 70, or anything like that. So it has until September 15th, or it's going to get banned in the USA. My thoughts on the TikTok thing is I'm like, dude, I just missed the curve on TikTok. Like, I'm just not old enough. I don't give a shit. Ban it, whatever. It's just, I don't got time for it. And that's in about like 42 days, I think. So then let's talk about Biden's backlash over racist remarks. Now, this is twice. He also got backlash in, I think, March. So what he recently said in an interview was that unlike and I quote, unlike African American communities, the Latino community is an incredibly diverse community. What the heck? And I'm going to paraphrase the next part, but I went on to watch the like full interview moment, and he went on to say kind of that African American communities can be diverse, but it's more of like a special commodity that happens, which I thought was just so tone deaf. I mean, this was ridiculous. Now, I'm not saying that I think what the shit Trump says makes more sense. I mean, he did just wish Epstein's girlfriend well. So, and then Trump's attack on Biden was a little bit juvenile when he was talking about him. He was like, he's against God. He's against guns. He's against energy. I don't know how somebody can be against energy. I don't know what that means. I think he needs to unpack that a little bit, but whatever. Now remember, this is not the first time that Joe Biden even recently has pissed off everybody. So he did say in another interview that if you're having trouble between me and Trump, you're not black. And Robert L. Johnson, the BET co-founder, said this proves, paraphrase, Democrats believe black people owe him their vote without question. And this brings up an interesting fact. A lot of people, myself included, think that Democrats target African American communities and struggling communities. And I just definitely think that I know that they need someone to speak out for them. I've always been a firm believer in socioeconomic status, and the low socioeconomic status, meaning the really impoverished people, continually get left further and further behind as the gap for income inequality increases. However, I don't think that we vote for the Democrat because black people are supposed to. That's the wrong message, and that was just bad of him to say. So that's all I got on the Biden and Trump chickies talking. They need to talk a little bit less the closer we get to voting, because it's making me scared. I'm getting sad, y'all. Okay, explosion updates. Here's everything that I know about the explosion. 16 employees have been detained of Beirut's port who have been somehow linked or questioned in this investigation. Now, here's the sitch. It was 2,750 pounds of explosive ammonium nitrate. It was seized by the government and improperly stored in a warehouse. So I believe the question is, the investigation is either why the hell did you idiots put this in the warehouse, or which idiot lit the warehouse on fire. I'm not quite sure, but that is where we're at. There is 16 taken in for investigation. They are detained right now. And I'm just eager to see what happens. Now, I've heard that there's a whole lot of government corruption, though, in Lebanon. So when I talked about the charities, be sure you're double checking your charities. A lot of people are saying use Red Cross. Citizens of Lebanon use Red Cross because the government's corrupt and they will take the money and do whatever they want with it. Now we still have 137 dead, 5,000 injured, 300,000 homes displaced, 4 damaged unoperational hospitals. This sent a 150-mile shockwave out, and it had damage to buildings within 6 miles distance. That's intense. So guys, tomorrow I'm going to be doing something really exciting for MJ's birthday, and I will not be able to tell you guys because I'm going to release a really fun little podcast about it. And then me and my girl Bailey are going to be releasing our podcast, the Hey Bae podcast, September 1st, and it's also going to have some of the really fun birthday stuff on it. So tune in. Anyway, have a great day, guys. Bye.